All right, here we go. All right, girls, welcome to tonight's team call. It is Monday, August 8th, right? Yeah, August 8th. And we are in week 2 of Team Cup. So we are going to really concentrate on inviting and reaching out to people to connect with them. Before we dive into that, I just want to touch on a couple things. I do have a couple samples typed out, so I will screen share so you guys can see those, and then I'll drop them in the comments of our team call graphic as well, just so you guys have access to those. But I just want to reiterate, hopefully you listened to the national wake up call that I shared in the team thread today. If you didn't, go back to that and listen to it. It was a national wake up call from 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm a little bit behind. So I think it was 2 or 3 weeks, just last week. Okay, so last week's. And it was really, really good because she's speaking on inviting and getting over that fear, because she talks about how she never struggled with having that fear of inviting. And so she shares that that stems from, number one, having a belief in what we're doing and having a belief in the mission that you're serving. And when you come from a place of serving others and you genuinely want to help them, it makes it easier to invite, because you're not just selling them a product. You're not just trying to hit a success club number or rank advancement or income. You're genuinely trying to help them become either a part of the community, have that love and support, and know that they have others that will be in their corner and have their back, right? It's knowing that you are offering them a gift and not just making a sale. So she really speaks on that. Then connecting with the people who are following you. And instead of like making it like have this scripted, like it has to be this perfect wording, and it has to like, you have to like, there was a time that we would like say, okay, you start your invite with, hey, how's your day? Blah, 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 which I still do that, but how's your day? Blah, blah, blah. And then you like compliment them, and then you invite them, and then you give them a out. You almost like stacked a sandwich to create the invite. And she was talking about how take all the pressure off and quit worrying about this perfect wording and if it's stacked and, like having this perfect script. Just customize it to your people. Like if they're following your stories, just reach out and say, hey, thank you so much for following. Have you ever thought about joining me? Or have you ever thought about doing this with me? And bring the energy. That's where we have to bring our A game, right? It's not the perfect wording or having the perfect script or having it all laid out and word vomiting all over them, all the details. It's a question, right? It's just, hey, have you ever thought about doing this too? Like, I'm absolutely loving this program. I have seen that you've been following my journey so far with this new strength program. It's amazing. And I feel X, Y, and Z. This is a couple, you could even throw in there a couple things that your girls love, or some of the other girls that are in the thread with us that they're sharing, and be like, you should totally do this with us. Or have you thought about doing this with us? And bring that energy. I want you to think about, if you are inviting a couple girlfriends to go to dinner and somebody in the area has been you've connected with them and you've kind of talked a couple times, and then you've talked about maybe getting together in person with them. Okay, if you're going out with your girlfriends and you're going to be in the same area as them, how would you message them? You wouldn't say, oh, hey, we're going to do this and this, and then this and this. And then I just wanted to know if you are interested. You probably just say, hey, like my girlfriends and I are going to meet at this bar. We're just going to have a couple drinks. I know that it's kind of in your area. Would you want to join us? Right? It's just so much more natural and it's genuine, and you're bringing the energy and the excitement for meeting up with that person, or, having them join your girls' night. It's the same thing, you guys. We just tend to overcomplicate it, or we think that we have to have this perfect script to invite those who are following us. So we're going to go into an inviting block. I'm going to show you a couple scripts. Okay. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you just for an example. Really quick though, before I do that, I want to remind you that our What is Coaching event is happening this week. So I posted it in Team Living Healthy and Fit Facebook group. So if you're not already in the group that the What is Coaching event is happening in, The information is there for you. I'm going to go live and bring the energy Wednesday afternoon. And then Michelle, Jess, and I are going to be posting some content in there Thursday and Friday. And then Friday afternoon, I will wrap things up. So anybody that you want to be on your team as a coach, a client who's kicking ass and would make a good coach, somebody who has been following your coaching stories and is interested in what we're doing as a team, is maybe it's just somebody who you really admire and they're super inspiring and you love that about them and they would be a really good coach or a good fit. Tell them that. Tell them that they would fit in and it would be amazing to link arms with them and do this with them. Okay. So I'm going to screen share what I was kind of talking about with this script. Okay. Let me get this out of the way. Okay. So you guys, you can see this? Yes, hopefully. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So this was the invite that I actually, Dawn shared that she did a power hour with Jamie on the champions page. And so this is a super basic script, right? It just says, hey, happy whatever day it is. Hope you're having a great day. I know this is totally random, but I figured what the heck. I run monthly online monthly online fitness and accountability groups and have a few spots left. It's filled with super busy people just making time for themselves. I thought of you and wanted to invite you to join us. Would you like to hear more info? Okay, so that's a super basic script, right? I strongly encourage you to tweak that. Take that, but make it your verbiage. Make it sound like you. So what I said, I used that script was, hi, Jessica, good morning and happy Tuesday, girlfriend. Hope you're having a great start to your week. I know this is totally random, but I figured what the heck, maybe she'd love to join our fun too. I run monthly online fitness and wellness accountability groups and have a few spots left for this month. It's filled with busy mamas just working to make time for themselves and practice more self-care. Since we're connected here, I thought I'd send you an invite to join our fun too. Would you like to hear more about it? Super simple, but it's more me. Can you see how I changed the verbiage? But it's just the meat and potatoes of it is exactly the same. And I've even changed that to women who are not moms, because I don't want to say mamas to somebody who's not a mom. They're not going to relate to that, right? So I'm individualizing every invite, but that is the bones of the invite that I have been using. And then the last invite sample that I have is just simply, if you're talking back and forth with somebody, maybe somebody's been asking you about what you're doing or what workout program you're doing, or asking for some advice with fitness, or maybe they've asked about a recipe or something food wise that you've shared, or they're asking you about personal development. I have almost daily people ask what journal I'm using, because in my stories, inevitably, I am showing my morning routine, right? So I constantly have people asking me, what is my gratitude practice? What is my morning routine? So in conversation back and forth, you can simply tell them what you're doing and a little bit about the tools and resources that you have access to, and ask them if they ever thought about doing something like that for themselves. Super freaking simple. Okay. So don't overthink it. Remember that the invite is not the end game. The invite is just opening the door for conversation. And most of the time they're not going to say yes the first time. Okay. That's okay. They have to build that belief, and that you guys have to build that relationship and trust. But the point is that we aren't ever going to grow. You don't have to be at X, Y, and Z status. You don't have to have X, Y, and Z knowledge, because you have an entire team of support behind you. All we have to do is connect and start those relationships with people and start that conversation and see where we can be helpful for them. Okay. Okay, cool. So we've got like 22 minutes. Does anybody have any questions before we just go into starting to invite a little bit? If you do, just unmute yourself and give it to me. No, I'm gonna open, see if I can. I don't think if I'll try it, you guys, but I don't think if I copy and paste these into the chat, I don't think that you can grab them from the chat. I will try really quick. Oh, you know what I can do? Because I know for, I'll put them here, but I don't think you can copy and paste them from the chat. I would say I'll copy and paste them. Yeah, it's not letting me do it. Okay, so I'm gonna mute, and we'll go ahead and start working invite. Somebody has questions right now? Okay, who do you invite? Your besties, family, friends, people who have engaged on your posts, people who are following your stories. Okay, those are 5 places you can go to right now and spend 19 minutes inviting. Okay, I'm gonna copy these or paste these into the chat of Living Healthy and Fit underneath the graphic for tonight's team call. So that way you guys can go in there and copy and paste them into the notes section of your phone and have access to them. just so you girls know, Stephanie asked what a good example would be if they say yes, they would like more info. So I put two examples in the chat thread there, one to respond to challenge group, and then also one to respond to coaching. Okay. I'll copy and paste those in the comments of the other thing too. Okay, girls, I'm just reading. Yeah, Stephanie, 5. That's awesome. Good job, Mia. Heck yeah, Anya. Um, I know. Dawn, same. It's like the top, right? Are always you guys. Um, one thing you could do, this is totally off the cuff and random, but one thing you can do to start getting more engagement with people on Instagram and like within your stories is when you go in your stories, instead of starting at the front, which is the people you see all the time, swipe all the way to the end and start engaging on the people you hardly ever engage with. And that will help to kind of get things moving too. And it'll, if you're engaging on their stories, then they're most likely going to come check you out as well. Okay. So awesome job, you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. If you guys are never, if you're unsure, like ask in the thread. We're all here to help. What we would say, or this is how we word it, because Kate and I do it differently. It doesn't make hers right or mine right. It just, we're different people. We talk differently, and so it's going to look different. So what she says might speak to you, or what I say might speak to you. It really doesn't matter, right? It's, we're all there to collaborate together and see what works for each of us. I did just add another invite script. I put it right in where I put the other ones underneath the graphic in the team call for the group. It's just like, if you're inviting a friend that you're like your best friend or somebody you're super close with to learn more about coaching this week, it's how I would word it. And it's a little bit longer, but it's because that's how I talk a lot. So that's a genuine invite for me, right? I am not that person to just say, hey, do you want to join me? Like one or two sentences. I am somebody who likes to have conversation, and that's just me being authentic to me. So check that out, see if that resonates with you. You can take it and make it your own to invite some people to be your guest in the event this week and learn a little bit more. You guys, there's no pressure, right? If you've never been in that What is Coaching group, because you're a newer coach, there's literally no pressure. It's just us going in there and sharing our stories and sharing a little bit of information about what our mission is, what coaching looks like, what that could look like for them. And I will even say that this is to help you decide if this could be a good fit for you. We are not here to persuade or twist anybody's arm to make them do it. We want people who are willing to do this and see the value and the mission in what we're doing. So check those out. Make sure you're getting some invites out, you guys. It is the second week of Team Cup, so let's go. Let's get those invites out. Let's inspire some change. Let's at least plant that seed of belief, because while we're on one side going, oh, I think they're going to think I'm selling them, when you send a genuine invite to somebody, especially when it comes to coaching, you're planting a little, they're like, oh, she sees me. There's a seed of belief there. Like she sees something in me and there's a reason she's asking, right? So you're planting a little seed of hope and belief and inspiration into those people. Okay. All right. That's all I got for tonight. I love you all. Thank you all for being on, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.